Hello and welcome to our channel, Becoming Better. Here you grow better every day. The essence of this channel is to help you grow in all areas of your life. But today in particular, we are looking at a topic that is very important. We are looking at a boy becoming a man. But specifically, we are talking about a boy who is being raised by a single mother and the chances of that boy becoming a responsible man. In the book titled The Richest Man in Babylon, the king asked the richest man that was in Babylon, who was named Akkad, and he asked him, "How did you get so rich?" And after he explained to the king how he got rich, the king also begged him to teach others how to acquire wealth. And then, because of that, you could see that Babylon's greatness raised to the highest heights. Why? Because they had a leader who cared about the well-being and the financial well-being of his citizens. This Babylonian story teaches us that the community's strength is not built by a few successful individuals, but rather by the majority's collective efforts. So what are we saying? We are saying a single or a weak man in the community affects the whole community. So that's why it is of paramount importance to equip our young boys, to equip every man with all the masculine traits that are needed for a successful community, for a successful environment, for a successful nation, for the betterment of humanity. In Africa, we say, I am because we are. Ubuntu. Your relationship with your neighbor determines your social stability. One injured soldier disadvantages the whole crew. One reckless man in the community means men reckless ways to hurt or hound the community. So it means it's our duty as human beings to equip each other with the needed skills. There are a lot of boys out there that are raised in the absence of their father, be it by abandonment, be it by death. But the fact remains, the absence of the father. What are the chances of such a boy becoming a man, a responsible man, a masculine man, a man of valor, a man who can go on to conquer life's hardships? What are the chances of a fatherless boy becoming a responsible man without a model to show him how to become one? Am I saying a boy raised by a woman or all boys raised by a woman always grow into being irresponsible men? No. As a matter of fact, there are a lot of responsible men out there who were raised by their mothers in the absence of their fathers, but they turned out right. And they went on to live responsible, successful lives. But digging deep into how they got successful, research shows that they had models, they had father figures who showed them, who molded them, who turned them into the men that they became. For a boy to become a man without a man to show him how to become a man, it's like trying to navigate without a map. We are not seeking to discredit mothers' efforts in raising a boy child. In fact, we are grateful for our mothers' unwavering love, support, and sacrifice in bringing us up. The truth of the matter still remains. No matter how responsible your mother is, but the fact remains, you need a man who can instill in you the masculine traits. Women are compassionate by nature. They can instill in you sympathy. They can teach you empathy. They can teach you compassion, which are also important traits for a human figure. A lot of women out there send their kids to school from primary level to tertiary. And many of those children, some of them, they end up running successful careers in their life. But it's evidence that men raised by their mothers with no interference from other men, always lacks some of the masculine traits that are needed in a man. When you put them in comparison with the men that were raised by their fathers, they always are disadvantaged. They don't carry themselves with the alpha mentality that is often regarded, that is often required by men to be successful in life. Men, real men are often defined by their ability to lead, their ability to protect, and their ability to logically criticize and analyze events or circumstances in order to protect those whom they love, in order to protect their community. In the most trying circumstances of life, where masculine prowess is required to overcome obstacles, is where the difference is very clear. The difference between men who were raised by fathers and the difference between men who were raised by mothers. In most trying circumstances, where masculine prowess is required to overcome obstacles, is where the difference is seen clearly between two different men raised in two different environments. And the mentality and the courage that's needed to overcome such obstacles can only be instilled in a boy by a man of valor, a man of principles, a man with the power of decision, a responsible man. I still remember when I was very young, I used to go to herd our cattle in the fields, and then I broke into a fight with another boy, and that boy beat me mercilessly. I went home crying. When my father saw me crying, he asked me, "Why are you crying?" And I told him what had happened. What I was expecting is he was gonna take me back and try to find the boy and try to discipline the boy. I expected him to be the hero. I expected him to be a Superman. But the unexpected is what happened. He took his belt and he beat me mercilessly, and he sent me back to go and fight that boy. And those lessons a mother cannot teach, because under the same circumstances, I know what my mother would do. My mother would hug me. My mother would tell me to stop crying and try to do something to cheer me up. Or if you could get the chance, you would try to track the boy who beat me up, or try to, or do something, or yell at him, or just do something in my defense. But then I learned that the lesson that I learned from my father taught me to face the troubles that I face in life, to never back down on challenges, to never back down on obstacles, but to face each problem head on without fear. All the challenging situations that you face, you have to face them as a man. And those were very important lessons that I learned when I was very young. I still remember also, I think it's 6 years from now, 6 years back from now, I was staying with my uncle. And he woke up one day very sick, but he went to work. When I asked him, "Why are you going to work when you look this very sick?" And he said to me, "There's nothing that I can do. I'm a man. If I sleep, everything sleeps. So I have to go. Because even though I am sick, I've got bills to cover. I've got dreams to chase. I've got kids to send to school." So in the end, he ended up going to work while he was really ill. And those lessons are lessons that are rare, that you don't get from your mother normally. And you learn that it's very important for a man to always prioritize your goals, to always prioritize your responsibilities, to always prioritize your dreams, to always prioritize your visions over comfort, over anything else. It takes mental toughness to take on challenges that boys normally face when they are growing up. It's a very difficult situation navigating from being a boy into adulthood, into manhood. And there are a lot of challenges that a boy faces while transitioning from being a boy into being a man. Career issues, family issues, marriage issues, all those things that can put a man or a boy under pressure. When overtaken by life's struggles, weak men often sink into depression. Some even end up contemplating suicide, while others resort to the use of drugs, drug abuse, in order to escape reality. This episode is a reminder to all men out there. You have to know that one irresponsible man is a liability to the community. That one rapist in our village can hound the whole community. So with that being said, it's our duty as men, it's our duty as a community to help our boys become responsible men. It would save us a lot of heartache. Men of valor, men of purpose, men of courage, men who fight all the battles life throws at them. And hence that would protect our communities. That will save our daughters from rapists. That will save our homes from terrorists, from murderers, from thieves, from robbers. To all the women out there who are raising their boys in the absence of their fathers, please do your son a favor. Find him some models. Make sure your son create good relationships with some relatives, your male relatives, or some models in the community that can mold your son into a man that will even protect you, into a man who will not abandon his duties, into a man that will always stand up for what is right, into a man who is courageous. And to all the fatherless boys out there, this is not an attack. I'm actually encouraging you to be better every day. Learn from responsible men. Make it your wish, your everyday wish, to become better. You can always be a responsible man even if your father is absent. It all comes from the choices that you make every day, the people that you spend your time with, the friends that you choose, and the activities that you choose to do, and the way you choose to deal with pressure, and the way you choose to deal with anything that might be troubling you. I, for instance, was raised by my mom. My father passed on when I was 14. I was fortunate that I learned some lessons from him at a younger age, but those lessons were not enough to instill the courage, to instill the mentality that's needed to face life's difficulties when I grow up. But I had to learn from other models that I had in my community, in my family, in the church. And then I went on to become the man that I am today. It's because I know where I lacked, and I went on to find the wisdom and the knowledge that's needed to build a man from other men. Let's discuss. Tell us what you think in the comment sections. If you were raised by a single mother, tell us how it was growing up without a father. If you are a man out there who cares about the well-being of other men, let's discuss. Tell us in the comments what best can be done. What best can we do to mold each other into being responsible men? If our discussion is speaking to you in one way or the other, if you want to hear more about becoming better, please follow our channel. Our channel is started becoming better, and here we grow better every day. Please like, please subscribe to our channel, please follow and share with friends. Meet you on the next episode when we talk about what makes a man stand out. Cheers.